A warm welcome to your latest industry recap. Delta will continue retiring aircraft. Emirates has announced new flights and it's taking on more aircraft. Why not begin there? Emirates SkyCargo is placing greater importance on serving growing cargo demand and will now fly additional Boeing 747 freighters. The cargo division of the popular Middle East company Emirates has announced the wet lease of 2 additional 747Fs for immediate capacity increases. A decision to wet lease the aircraft comes after an incredibly positive 2024 period where demand was significant right across the global network, and even for its passenger services that utilized belly cargo space. Emirates believes there are no signs of this demand slowing down, and to meet the additional capacity, critical action is required on an immediate basis, rather than waiting. The SkyCargo division states that acquiring 747Fs will increase critical main deck cargo capacity by 15% over what was recorded in January 2024. As Dubai continues to grow as a prominent global logistics hub, supporting this through the Dubai economic agenda will be crucial, therefore reaching new destinations, but also enhancing the cargo capabilities of the SkyCargo division are at the forefront of the focus. The arrival of the 747s will be on a multi-year lease, signed with Compass Group, one of the company's long-standing and reliable partners. This SkyCargo division now has a fleet of 10 Boeing 777Fs and 6 wet-leased 747s, bringing your total to 16 with many more aircraft on order. Interestingly, and very publicly in a press release, not that this was necessarily fresh developments as we'd already heard murmurs that work was underway, the company confirmed it's exploring the potential of adding either the A350-1000 from Airbus or the 777-8F from Boeing. These 2 aircraft types are really your true next-generation freighter fleet, and Emirates are excited about the prospects, but which way will it lean? That's the all-important question. While much focus has been placed on the arrival of these 2 747Fs, as I'm covering in today's aviation news, actually the passenger A350's model belly hold capabilities have been mentioned, as these will help boost cargo capacity too. Moreover, a focus rests on the first production-built 777 freighters arriving into the business, with a fleet of 21 aircraft from this family expected to be active by December of next year. That's 2026 for anyone that still can't believe we're already in 2025. I'd be included in that on different occasions. As a result, there is really an excellent degree of intensity that is being placed on growing the freighter division, whether this is through dedicated freighters or even using its other passenger aircraft assets. Specifically, I am looking at your belly cargo space. Over to the next story, Delta is continuing to overhaul its fleet, a decision prompted by the effects of the global pandemic alongside much more. When travel demand effectively dropped to zero, Delta knew it had to begin to reevaluate its available aircraft, and as part of that, emphasis was placed on removing less fuel-efficient types and reducing the number of aircraft types that were actually active. In 2024, Delta confirmed in its latest earnings call that 20 planes had been retired from the fleet. It was also best to match inbound aircraft which have been delayed. However, aircraft retirements are expected to be slightly higher in 2025, with Delta this year forecasting that 10 more planes will depart, bringing the total to 30. For many reasons, however, the final amount has yet to be determined, and while they're forecasting 30 units, this is very much subject to change. It could end up being 20, it could end up being 10, but this is their plan if all things go according to how they see it. Delta notes that many retirement efforts actually rest on the future fleet plan and what that will look like in 2026 and the years beyond. Essentially, will they be able to retire an aircraft and believe that cover will be coming in either immediately or in the short term after the retirement takes place? They want the next generation of aircraft to really replace these outgoing units. Many of the retirement focus will be placed on types such as the 757 and the 767 from Boeing. However, these 2 planes, while they are workhorses, their role in the global aviation fleet has certainly diminished of late as more efficient alternatives have been delivered. Really, your massive problem with this overall retirement effort and reliance on next-gen planes, and Delta would probably be one of the first to tell you, is an inability to get the planes it wants delivered on time, which completely throws out retirement schedules and means they have to rely on these workhorses longer. and with great uncertainty as we move into 2025, it's why I say that their forecast is 30 units. They're shooting for this, but it does not mean that they will achieve it. One of the aircraft that is expected to come in and has experienced its fair share of struggles has been Delta's difficulties in the MAX, the fleet type it has long committed to. This Boeing plane is expected to be a pretty important pillar of the single-aisle fleet, and it represents the only genuine commitment to Boeing moving forward. Delta is moving away from Boeing really for its future flying, having committed to planes across Airbus's portfolio from single-aisle to wide-body jets. Hoping to operate these to a wide array of locations moving forward, it has swerved the vast majority of Boeing's offerings. Despite this, and despite Boeing playing a pivotal role in the airline's fleet since birth, its reliance will begin to reduce as it strategizes what is truly best for the fleet. So as a result, it doesn't help that the one key aircraft from the Boeing family it has committed to in the MAX are experiencing quite colossal delays. Worse still, we're looking at the 737-10. This is the high-capacity variant, but more importantly is also uncertified. According to latest guidance that occurred towards the back end of 2024, Delta was hopeful that it would see a first delivery in 2026. Again, this was another pushback of a year. But there are equally other reports that state this will more than likely occur in 2027. So you can see this is very much up in the air. But it's important to mention that Delta's fleet strategy is moving forward. Over to the final story and back to Dubai-based Emirates, who have announced following an initial launch to Madagascar only in September 2024, it'll boost service with new flights. They'll introduce several additional flights to the island nation with the schedule to increase from 4 weekly services up to 6. The change will come into effect on the 2nd of April 2025 and follows what the company says is a massive testament to the strong performance it has already seen on service to Madagascar. Moreover, Emirates is really committed to supporting the growth and tourism ambitions of this location, and they know that they'll play an essential role in promoting the destination, but also key accommodating leisure demand that is there. Labelled as tremendous passenger demand for these services, Emirates has actually been blown away by the response to flights that only launched 4 months ago. In fact, the 4 weekly flights that are jetting off have already been at near full capacity according to the airline every time they leave Dubai and every time they depart from Madagascar on the return leg. Emirates also is aware that it plays a really important role in connecting locations such as these with the world. These passengers that are flying from Madagascar and or nearby nations will be able to leverage Emirates and their home of Dubai to really continue onwards to world-class destinations in every single direction. We're talking Australia, Asia, Europe, North America, and so much more. The appeal of utilizing this airline service is therefore increased tenfold. By jumping the amount of seats offered on a weekly basis by 2 flights per week using the 777, there'll now be also greater availability for bookings and connecting flights. EK707, 708 will continue flying the service. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on today's aviation recap. Your support is greatly appreciated. Do take care, do also be safe, and I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow for your latest industry recap.
And we'll fly.